Harry Harbord Morant, Lieutenant Bushveld Carbineers. I enlisted in South Australia. I was with the 2nd Contingent for 9 months. And was promoted to sergeant in that corps. I received my commission when I transferred to the Transvaal Constabulary. I returned to England on 6 months' leave, and with the help of my friend Captain Hunt, patched up an old quarrel with my family.
The trip from Renmark to Burra is about 196 kilometres, so it's going to take you over 2 hours. And the landscape is quite flat, although you are climbing to an altitude. But the landscape reminds me a bit of when I was with my tour guide Tony, and we were down there near Colesberg in the Eastern Cape, the Karoo. So flat with small salt bushes. Off the road you can see in the distance some wrecked and abandoned cars and a bit of infrastructure here and there, but a very flat, sort of lifeless drive across to Burra.
I had intended to go back to England to live after the war. On my return to South Africa, I fought at Karee Siding and at Kronstadt under Lord Roberts. I also fought with General French's Cavalry Brigade at Diamond Hill. After that, there were requests for volunteers to join the Bushveld Carbineers in the Northern Transvaal. I joined on April the 1st, 1900, April Fool's Day. In the Carbineers, I was responsible for the capture of Boer commando leader Kelly. I was recommended for a DSO. I take full and entire responsibility for the events at Fort Edward. I was, however, acting under orders. I was also deeply disturbed by what happened to Captain Hunt.
Well, I've made it to Burra, which is where I'll be spending the next few days. And it was here that the filmmakers of Breaker Morant envisaged the African veldt, the endless, rolling, gentle plains of the African veldt, over which the Bushveld Carbineers reigned. So, yeah, it's kind of Africanish, but there's lots to explore. Alright, hang in there. This is where they're playing, the soldiers of the Queen. Right. But this is where they're all in their British khaki, wearing those famous Boer War helmets. I had a chance to put one on my head. And then, yeah. You look over there, there's the Burra Hotel, which was the Jubilee Hotel in the film. So, if you look to the side of the rotunda in the film, the Jubilee Hotel, this is it. This is actually the Burra Hotel, but they called it Jubilee for the movie. This is where I'm having my dinner. I think a porterhouse steak with chips tonight. Alright, I brought my book with me, The War with Johnny Boer. So I'm at the Burra Hotel in the lounge. Look at that. Oh, it's chilly here. What do I see as soon as I walk in? Okay. And over here, it looks like scenes from the film, or the flyer from the film. Fantastic. I'll have a better look at it tomorrow. When, but there's the boys, Brian Brown, John Waters, Jack Thompson, Edward Woodward, and Lewis Fitzgerald, benching them all here, having a beer. Brilliant. Alright. Yes, I've just come out of the Burra Motor Inn. I had quite a comfortable night, had the blanket on. It's a bit chilly. Apparently we're quite high up altitude wise. Don't know about that. Oops. Okay. A nice blue sky. Lots of things don't work at the Motor Inn, like the indoor pool is all green, you're not allowed in there. There's no spa. But I tell you what does work, and it's fantastic, is the Wi-Fi. 5 bar on my laptop. Response time is fantastic. I could even upload videos, but I won't do that. There's a little fountain. I'll go investigate later. Anyway, this is the first visions of the town. It's quite dry by the look of it. I love that sandstone stuff. So what I'm going to do is go to the visitor centre, and apparently you pay and you get your key to do the tours at your own pace. The key will give me the access to the jail, where the scenes, a lot of Breaker Morant was filmed at the jail. The other prominent place for the film is, of course, the courtroom, which I think was done in a studio back in Adelaide for the South Australian Film Commission, or whoever they were. Anyway, I had a really nice dinner last night at the Burra Hotel. I had a beautiful porterhouse with chips. There was a garlic sauce that came with it that I wasn't, there was a bit of a creamy sauce, not that impressed with. It should have been garlic butter. But who's going to complain? There's the Burra Hotel there, yeah. Beautiful atmosphere, open fire, cosy, beautiful lights, and quite a bit in there for the Breaker, a couple of posters. There's that famous pavilion again. There was a big picture in the dining room. There were lots of historical photographs on the walls. There was a big one of a lot of people gathered around that pavilion, and they looked like sort of Federation type dress. I didn't see any Boer War soldiers or anything. I'm not sure what they were celebrating that time around the rotunda, but it looked about 1900. Anyway, let's go and get our pass. I've actually stumbled across fairly easily one of the scenes that I was going to look for. I was going to walk all over town, but I don't have to. It was filmed on the side of the pub. It's where they're over there at the rotunda. They're listening to the band when they hear a gunshot ring out, and the band stops. Everybody looks around, and then we see the joiner, the Boer joiner, Boota. Laying here, dead. There was a lot of stuff growing along the side of the pub, which isn't there anymore, but I'll see if I can recreate the image. So I believe this is the place where Captain Hunt's attack took place. There was no signs on the gate telling people to keep out, and oh fuck, I might have gone the wrong way. I think I have. Alright, well, the people at the shop did actually know about this cactus farm. You can't miss it, they said. They're quite right. Massive. It's sort of like cactus, but there's no signs here saying keep out. I could probably even drive in. No trespassing signs. So, this is where the Filion farmhouse was. I've got my phone with me. Yes, I have. Okay, this is where the Filion farmhouse was, supposedly. I just caught a glimpse through the, whatever these things are. They're massive. I thought I saw some ruins. It's highly unlikely I'm going to find Fort Edward. Hang on, there's another fucking fence. I think I better go back and drive. Yeah, right. Okay. There's another fence there. Alright, I think we'll go back and drive. Right, we'll drive up there. You guys can see these things. You can also maybe witness me getting shot at by irate property owners, or a meth lab or something hiding behind these. I think they're like aloe veras, but I'm not sure. They said behind the caravan. Oh, fuck. But that's still, whoops, that's still fenced off in there. You can't see in there. There's no way I could get through those things. Oh, look at that. Oh, here's a spot here we could have a look, see if we can see anything. This isn't the Filion farm. Oh, man. So I wonder if there isn't something in that. Behind the, in the film Behind the House, as in real life, there was a hill. Oh, we're going to go into the property. I think, if I can get in. Although, where would that hill be? Oh yeah, there's an easy place to get in here. Alright, hold on, carbineers. Well, we came in. This is a different abandoned house. What we're looking for is a brick. Mine's a brick house with a porch. Hello. I'm dubious about this. Oh, shit. We're totally surrounded by those cactus things. Yeah. Sort of a tank over there. There's not even a clearing where. Oops. There might have been a house. Oh. Lots of old stuff here. There is a bit of some building there. Yeah, they knew it as soon as they saw the photo of it. The people in the antique shop knew it straight up. There's sort of a brick over there. Well, this is looking positive actually. There is a ruin here. Okay. I'm a distance from the car. Lots of old broken bottles and look at this. If this isn't it, then I'm not finding the Fullion farm. Wow. I'll get my phone out and have a look. It's possible, but nah, surely. Could that be the porch where the Boers opened fire on the British? It's nearly 50 years ago. Big peppercorn tree behind it. Oops. Ruins there. But I mean, there's all these trees with those. Alright, let's get the camera. I'll get my camera out and have a look and see if there's anything that could tell us if this is it. Well, I had a look at the photo and yeah, look, it could be. It certainly could be. This is where Captain Hunt and the men would have been coming up. The carbineers were creeping up. What I suppose offers some confirmation is this gap in the wall here, right? That would work with the wall going around the house, okay? Now all the corrugated iron roof, which was slanting real low, is now inside the house. We can also, this is perhaps we can make out some green paint. All right, some green paint, which seems to be the colouring of the house. I'm not sure if I can get in here. Okay. Not really. Well, you don't see inside the house anyway. The other thing is that chimney. See that chimney on the left? That is seen in the photo. There is a chimney on the left of the house. So this is the porch of the house. And, you know, the carbineers come creeping up. Little do they know that the Boers are already waiting. And Hancock has a go at them about the joiner. Hang on, what's going on in there? Looks like there could be freaking a bee colony. Right, never mind that. Over there, I don't know if you can see it. I have to be real careful, I don't want to upset these bees. There's a freaking tunnel under this house, right? Those bees are living in there. It's got sort of a blue paint job to it. Right, there's that chimney that we see in the movie. To the side of the farmhouse, we see a wagon. And I think that wagon is on top of this mound. This is a big house. Or would have been. Fucking hell, there's a tunnel under there, guys. But when I saw the bees hovering, I'm reminded of my trip to Mafeking, where my guided tour, my security guard, was it Daniel, was that his name? He decided to go first into the tunnel underneath the British artillery piece, and stirred up a African hornet's nest. Big peppercorn trees there. Yeah, there's heaps of stuff here, man. If you want old bottles or, you know, old stuff, it's just laying here in spades. Wow. Oh, man. So, I think yeah, remnants there or something. Okay, well, I'm pretty happy with that. I think, oh, look at this too. Here's another bit of confirmation, maybe. Look at this corrugated iron. It's painted green. The house in the picture seems to have a green roof, right? There's another bloody shaft here. Fucking hell. Oh, oh Jesus. Fuck. You go down there, you're not coming back. Fuck. They found a tranny down the mine shaft. Over there, up near Bonnie Doon. Fuck, that's terrifying. What's this little hut? Well, it's hard to say, but it's deep as well. Like a storeroom or something, but it's real deep. Or maybe they had a well. There's sort of pipes coming out of it. Oh man. Okay. Get back to the car. I guess the locals call this cactus farm. I guess they didn't know what these things were. I don't know what they are. Eucalyptus or aloe veras or... They're freaking massive. That was a big operation, that house. If you were brave enough to go into that tunnel, there'd be heaps of stuff, because yeah, just laying all around here is old stuff. Most of it useless, but this is the back of the Fillion house, is what I'm calling it. Oh, fuck. That's where the bees are, and underneath there is the tunnel, right? So that's the back of the house. Jesus, it's creepy, eh? Ooh. And all those wooden boxes in there, stacked. That's where the bees have made their nests. Their hive. Look, here's another bloody mine shaft. No one told me to look out for mine shafts. Alright, get back to the car now. Here I am, Brian, in this abandoned house near the movie set, which was also abandoned and trashed. But look at this. It's a red... Is it a 202? Is that what they call the red engine block? Yes, it is. Look. Cherry nose stuff. Holden. Right? Look at that serial number if you look it up. Maybe that's one you worked on. So you better message me quick if you want any of this stuff. So I got room in my boot for it. A lot of white goods too. But yeah, a Holden 202 engine block. That's probably the manifold for it. This is, as you can see, there's an upstairs section as well. But no chance of getting up there. Newspapers in this have 1993 as a date.